Hello, my name is Cassie B, and this is the Whatever It Takes podcast. And I'm quite excited because I haven't been able to make this podcast in a while because I've been busy studying. And right now, my test is in about, I'd say, a day and a half. So I've been really preparing for that, doing so much. And yeah, I'm very excited. I think I will do well, but when it comes to stuff like that, there's always some self-doubt that you have. Like, is it going to be what I studied? Is it going to be so different? Will I not know anything? And I think it should be fine, but I still have those human emotions. Yeah. So, first off, I'll tell you, I guess a plan I want to do, a goal I want to work towards or to achieve. I think, well, I'm just going to try, but I would really like to, during the month of December, I'd like to do a podcast every day. And that's kind of why I'm doing one now, even though I still want to study more and do stuff like that, and I don't have a ton of time. But yeah, that's one of my goals, and it's totally fine if I don't achieve it, because a goal is just to allow us to grow and experiment and enjoy it. So if I only get 10 days, if I get 2 days, it's all fine by me. There's no pressure. It's something that is supposed to be fun and enjoyable. But yeah, I'm just telling you that so that if people do tune in and want to watch, that there'll be a lot this month. Yeah, I thought that would be nice. I realized when I was away that it's something I wanted to continue to do. And now that I will have more time, I feel like that will be a great excuse to be able to do it so much, to do podcasts every day. And yeah, I think I will have enough to talk about. I think now that it's more of a diary format, I will kind of talk about my days and the things I'm doing. And yeah, hopefully maybe by the end of this year or the beginning of next year, I'll be able to post a video. I think it will be something to do with the photographs I've been taking. I really enjoy doing that. So maybe I could tell some stories behind some of the photos I've taken on my camera. Some photos that I probably haven't put on social media and do those type of things. I don't know when that's gonna happen, but that's a goal. That's a plan. And yeah, right now, yeah, I'm in such a good mood. Some days you just feel like you get nothing done, and that's totally normal. But there's some days when you feel like you have so much energy and you're able to do so much, and you kind of, I don't know, you just get extremely good vibes and so much energy. And yeah, and it's like, there could be a day when you're drinking coffee and you still don't feel energy. And today's kind of like I've had no coffee, nothing to, energize me. And I feel good from the things I'm doing. And making sure I'm studying, keeping my word to myself. Because I think that's so important to know that there's going to be times when we don't get exactly what we want done and being fine with that. But there's also times when we follow through, and that means the world to, that means the world to me personally when I'm seeing that I'm kind of growing as a person. I'm not trying to procrastinate from the things, even though I do sometimes, and that's totally fine. But yeah, really working hard towards these things. It's hard to believe it's already December, but I feel like I got so much done in November, but it's so hard to believe that it's the month of Christmas if you celebrate Christmas, which I do. I love Christmas, and I really love what it means to families, but also what it means on like a spiritual level, a religious level. I am a person who believes in Christ, and yeah, just continuing my journey with him, trying to see what speaks to my heart, And during the Christmas season, it's a wonderful time to be able to like remind yourself about what's important and remind yourself about the people who are important to you and so kind, so nice, and make your life really, really much easier to live. Because life is hard. That's a truth. If you go into life thinking it's going to be easy, then you'll be very disappointed. I think we all have our challenges, and just being able to, look at life with joy, even though it is difficult. I feel like I've grown so much in the last few months, and definitely this last year. I feel so much more confidence and ability to do things, like things that I never thought I could do. Like, I'm gonna be going back to college in next fall, I think, and that was something I had so much like anxiety about, because I didn't know if I'd be able to do it, keep up with the studying, keep up with everything you do have to do in college. I will most likely be going to an online school, and yeah, it feels great. It feels great that doing this exam to be, to work in pharmacy gave me a lot of confidence with the other things in my life that I have to study towards. And it's something I really enjoy studying. It was something that gave me a lot of stress because of how it was dealt with in my childhood, my younger life. But now I don't know, it feels like when people say like, oh, I've reclaimed part of my life, I've reclaimed that. That's not something that's looked upon it's not something that's looked upon by me with anxiety and like shame. It feels really good. Yeah. Lately I've just been studying, but I've also made sure, because it's almost Christmas, I've also made sure that I was able to do these crafts and stuff I want to give to friends and family for Christmas. I've almost completed 2 like average sized Afghans to like put over a couch or put onto a bed, and I really, it's my first time doing that sort of crochet craft, in the sense of being such a big thing. Like for both of these Afghans, it was somewhere, I think it was, for both of them, it was 140 and 145 squares each. So in total, yeah, somewhere about 300 squares. And some of them I tried, like, I did the basic square, and then some of them I would do these squares with flowers in the middle, and I had to learn how to do that. And it's so nice learning something new when there's no pressure attached to it. Like, I didn't force myself, and it was a little difficult learning, but it felt good after, because I can kind of make them, without really thinking about it, and that feels good. So, yeah, I guess overall, trying to keep a work-life balance during a time when there's a lot of work, for me, that's really, maybe my whole day would be mostly, like, the time I have would be mostly studying. But then making sure at least every day I'm able to make those 10 squares, and making sure I have a meal, and making sure I'm fed, and, if I develop back pain from stress, or if I'm feeling in a bad mental space, making sure I do yoga, and making sure I, journal if I need to. Really putting myself in a position where, I will get better quicker. And really, really making sure I'm doing those things and taking time for me. And sometimes there's some days where I feel like I get nothing done, but I just have to be okay with that, because in the past I don't think I would have been, and that would have, I didn't realize it at the time, but that would have made it so much harder to get better if I put that pressure on myself, and if I wasn't kind to myself. And but now it's like every day truly feels like a new day, truly feels like, it's its own thing, a new beginning, a new start. And that is just a wonderful thing. And I can't wait till the new year. I have so many little goals and things I want to experience, and I'll have more time hopefully after I start a new job and I'm doing all this stuff. I'll get to kind of explore my passions and continue playing the guitar. That's something I'm learning, but because it's a new thing, it would give me a lot of stress to do it every day. But I would, because that's the only way to relieve your stress, is to kind of understand what you're doing. So, but because it gave me so much stress and I was trying to study, I would put it off for a while. But once I can calm down, I'm like, I'm in a good place. I'm gonna start trying to do a lot more a day, like 30 minutes to an hour, which doesn't seem like a lot for some things, but that's where I feel like it's the best. When you're starting to learn something new, like painting, guitar, a craft, it's like, do it in short increments and you really feel good about it, because you learn a little bit and you don't feel like there's that much pressure on you. Even like 10 minutes a day is better than nothing. There's so much you can get done in that time, and I never knew that. I never realized that you could, sometimes 10 minutes is enough to get something done. And that's amazing. So lately I've been really into, well, not really into, I've always liked Taylor Swift's music. It's something that I kind of grew up with when she was doing country music. And then when she was doing pop music, I kind of got out of it for a little while. I still always listened to it. I still always knew like her songs. But until I met somebody who really liked Taylor Swift, and it kind of came into my life a lot. When that happened, I started to listen to so many of her songs and like so many of her songs. And she has that new, the 10-minute version of All Too Well. And actually, when I do these podcasts, I want to feel like I'm energized. I want to feel like I have energy. Because when I do, it feels like I can talk about anything, which is great. And it takes away some of the anxiety and the pressure. So before I did this, I must have sang that song like hundreds of times by now, at least 50 times since it came out. And before I did this podcast, I sang through that song, the 10-minute song, and oh my gosh, at this point I know all the lyrics. I don't even have to like look at the lyric sheet, which is great. But I will, because I'm trying to learn to sing, and I'm trying to learn, that's one of the things I really like to do. But it was something I put a lot of stress on myself in the past. So with doing that, sometimes when we're singing and we're new to it, we can hear the sound of our voice and just feel really bad about it, or we won't have confidence, or we don't like our voice, because that's very natural to not like the own sound of your voice. So if I learn a song, like all the lyrics of a song, I will put on like a lyrics video, and then I will mute the sound, so I can't hear the person who's singing it. I can just hear, because I know the song by heart now, I can just hear my own voice, which is really, really fun in a way, but also, like, it shows you what you need to do better. You listen to your own voice, because when you're singing over somebody else's voice, you're gonna miss so much of, where you're not hitting the right, like, I don't know what it's called, hitting the right frequency or something, make it sound robotic. But I don't know the words for singing, but I know that I do a lot better if I learn a song, and then I'm able to mute the sound and sing the song, get everything as close as I can to right in a way, even though I don't know if it's correct or not, but I know it sounds a lot better. And the most important thing, I think, is that I feel a lot better when I sing. Like, I don't feel like I'm straining my voice. I don't feel like, I'm trying to hit a note that's not even there. And it's really great. And that's something I'm trying to do next year. I'm going to try to take vocal lessons and learn what I'm doing wrong and learn what I'm doing right, and learn how to properly, I guess, strengthen my voice is the most important thing to me. I want to sing well, but I think if I have you know, you have the building blocks that you build up. You're able to do so much more with that. If you have a good technique, if you know how to do it properly, I think that would be great. So, yeah, other than that, let's see. I love singing. I really do. When I'm doing it properly, I guess, when I'm doing it, not trying to force myself, I'm really happy. And yeah, I would hope to be able to learn some songs and then be able to maybe learn the song on guitar too and do covers and stuff and just keep improving. Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but I think it will be a lot of fun, and I think, yeah, that's what we should gravitate towards things that are really, they're a lot of work, but they're really enjoyable to us. Yeah, so that's what I'm trying to do, and yeah, very excited for the holiday, and excited for, I guess something I'm really excited for, and this is a little silly, I'm really excited for getting my test over so I can clean my room. That's something, because I'm moving into a new spot, new place, and I moved a lot of my stuff in because I'm moving soon. And I've just, for the past few weeks, I've been doing a little bit at a time, but I just want to get it all done, get everything where I want it to go, organize it all, because I'm awful at cleaning. Like, if my room gets really cluttered, I'm awful at keeping it uncluttered, but I'm good at organizing. So if I have a place for everything, I will put it in that place because I'm reminded that I don't want to clean it up. I just want to organize it. But right now I don't have a place for anything. So it's just kind of a mess, and that can really, affect how you're feeling. So I'm excited for that. And kind of, sorting through the clothes I have and sorting through things I can give away, because I think this is something that happens to most of us. We have things that we know we don't need, but we don't want to give them away. And actually, that's okay. Sometimes you shouldn't give things away. And this is an interesting opinion, but I just was thinking back to when I was originally moving my stuff from my apartment to here. And I realized I was giving a lot of stuff away, things that I was kind of attached to. And I don't think I was giving them away because I didn't want them. I guess I was giving them away because I felt like I didn't really need them. And that kind of relates to feeling like I don't deserve them. Why would I have stuff that I don't need? Well, you have stuff you don't need because it makes you happy. So just, I look back at some things and I'm like, I really didn't have to give that away. It had a place, and when something has a place, you can keep it. If it doesn't have a place, you should think about giving it away. But if it has a place and you're happy with it, don't feel like you need to adhere to any Um, any type of lifestyle. I think minimalism is a really good good way to think, but I can also see, especially myself, kind of getting wrapped up in it, being like, I'm only gonna be happy if I, you know, don't have as much stuff. And that's not necessarily true. It's easy to have those type of feelings because it's good to be organized, but if you need something and you give it away just because you're like, oh, I'll be happier without this thing that I need, then it's not really helping you, is it? So, just for myself, I'm trying to think about those things and not like try to force myself to live a lifestyle where I may be happy. Yeah, just trying to do the things that I know are making me happy. Yeah, I really want to be able to do, a lot of crafts next year and this year, and I'm just kind of waiting for that. I'm kind of waiting for the time when my exam's over and being able to really say, if this is what I wanted to, I can do it. Because the time I don't have working is actually my time, which is great. Yeah, and yeah, getting out of my comfort zone is important. You don't always have to take a chance. I think I sometimes have the mindset of if I don't do this thing, then I'm not trying hard enough. And that's not true. Because not everything you try is something you should try. There's a lot of things that it's okay if you never try that. It's okay if you never do that. Just remembering, like, if it's getting out of your comfort zone in a way that is fully, like, productive. It's something you're not doing just because you have insecurity towards it. Not because it's something that could be bad or lead to your harm. It's just something that you never did before, so you're a little uncomfortable. So, yeah. With those things, I'd say try. But if you're feeling like you don't know if it's something sketchy or not, I would kind of go with your gut. I think that's the most important thing in a lot of ways, is to be like, I have bad feelings about this, so I'm not gonna do it. And then if you have only good feelings, well, if you were in your comfort zone, you still might have bad feelings about this thing that is hard. But somewhere deep down, I don't know how it works, but somehow you know when you're kind of being a little irrational with how you feel and these things. Yeah, and a lot of times when you do have anxiety or you have something along those lines, some depression, anxiety, things like that, it is really, really hard to know, is this just because I'm depressed? Is this because I'm anxious? Is this... Yeah, that's when you really have to use those tools like yoga and journaling and all these different things to really figure that out. Because it's hard when there's so much doubt. There's so much like, am I doing what's right? Am I not doing what's right for me? Am I, who knows? But just, I think getting yourself to a place where you feel like you're standing on solid ground is really important. And it can take so much time for me. For me, it was really like years and years and years. I didn't feel like I was standing on my own 2 feet until really this year. And I don't know. It takes a long time, but when you do feel like you get there, you feel like so much more is possible. Yeah. So I just want to encourage you to, get out of your comfort zone but don't push yourself out, you know? Don't push yourself if you're really not sure. I think people think that things are going to be all at once, like you're going to feel ready all at once to do something you've never done. But I think it's gradually getting closer and having experiences where you feel like, oh, I did this and that didn't happen. I did this and it was okay. So really being able to do that and trust your own judgment. Because, life is a journey, but it's a journey of many, 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 many footsteps, many steps. So don't force yourself to get there in one big leap. So, thank you. This was the Whatever It Takes podcast.